a billionaire, a state government agency, and a little old widow who refused to move. She had no money, no political power, and she called him, and I quote, a maggot, a cockroach, and a crumb. Atlantic City, New Jersey, 1961. Vera Coking and her husband bought a modest boarding house on Columbia Place for $20,000. Parade pets. She raised her children there. She ran it for decades, welcoming guests from around the world. It was her home, her life, her everything. Then Atlantic City changed. Casinos moved in, developers circled. Long before gambling was legalized and towering casinos rose up around her, Vera had greeted guests in 6 languages. Now those same streets were being swallowed by neon and concrete. TikTok. Donald Trump built his 22-story Trump Plaza hotel and casino right next door. NPR. Then he looked at Vera's little house and decided he wanted that too. Trump wanted to tear it down and build a limousine parking lot for his casino. Medium. Vera said no. Trump offered more money. She said no again. He called her house ugly. She called him a maggot. So Trump did what powerful people do when they can't get what they want. He went to the government. He turned to the Casino Reinvestment Development Authority, a New Jersey state agency with the power of eminent domain, which offered Vera just $250,000 for her home and filed to seize it in court. Medium. The Fifth Amendment allows the government to take private property, but only for public use. A billionaire's limo parking lot is not public use. But the government tried anyway. Vera received a letter telling her she may be required to move within 90 days, and that if she remained, the sheriff could have her and her belongings removed. TikTok. She didn't move 1 inch. With the help of attorney Glenn Zeitz and the Institute for Justice, a public interest law firm, Vera fought back. The case dragged on for years. Medium. Trump's casino went up around her. Her little house sat wedged between towering walls of glass and steel. Alone, defiant, impossible to miss. Then on July 20th, 1998, 5 years after the fight began, Superior Court Judge Richard Williams ruled against the government. The court said the CRDA could not simply hand private land to a private developer for a parking lot. There were no limits on what Trump could do with the property, so it failed the legal test for eminent domain. Medium. The New York Post ran one headline the next morning: Trumped. The government dropped the case. Trump walked away. Vera said it best: it was never about the money. I loved my home. Medium. Years later, Trump Plaza Casino, the 22-story giant that tried to swallow her, ran out of money, closed its doors, and was demolished in 2021. Vera's little boarding house outlasted them all. One widow, $0. Against a billionaire and the state of New Jersey. She won.